Good afternoon. Fade to Black breaking news for this Tuesday, July 15th, 2025. This is all of the news that you need. I'm Jimmy Church. All right, another brand new week here on Fade to Black. Last night, an amazing conversation with Dr. Tracy Finara. Last night, we talked about the Gaia theory. Tonight, Scott Wolter is with us, and we're going to be talking about the Lewis and Clark secret vault. Tomorrow night, we've had to reschedule Dr. Heather Lynn, so we've got a surprise guest for tomorrow night that's being handled right now. But on Thursday, Christopher Jordan is with us. The citizen scientist is you. All right, I have one major event coming up in a couple of weeks. It is the PSI Games, August 1st through the 3rd, 2025 in Charlottesville, Virginia. There is a promo code below. It is Jimmy CPG20. You can use that for discounted tickets. The links are below. All right, let's get straight to it. On this day in history, 1965, Mariner 4 passes over Mars at an altitude of 6,000 feet and sends back to Earth the first close-up images of the red planet. Wow. Here's your fader fact. Mariah Carey holds the record for the most #1 singles on the Billboard Hot 100 chart, more than Elvis or Michael Jackson. I know it doesn't make sense, but there's your fader fact. Let's get to the breaking news. Big news just announced. The Pentagon is throwing $200 million at Grok for government and other AI companies. That's right. The Pentagon is set to spend nearly $1 billion for AI with 4 major Silicon Valley tech firms: Google, xAI, OpenAI, and Anthropic. The Pentagon announced yesterday that it is going to spend all of this money in AI workflows. That's right. Now, here's the deal. All of this while Elon Musk, xAI, whose Grok appeared to still be declaring itself Mecha Hitler. Now, we don't know if the Pentagon will give AI warfighting directly, like flying planes and shooting missiles, but we've all seen this movie before. Newly declassified records from the Central Intelligence Agency, otherwise known as the CIA, show the agency lied about the extent of its knowledge of Lee Harvey Oswald prior to the killing of President John F. Kennedy, as well as the identity of an intelligence officer. His name is George Ioannidis, who was aware of him, and they probably hung out. Ioannidis was later appointed by the CIA for investigating the assassinations of both Kennedy and Martin Luther King Jr., but covered up his connections. Holy crap. Can you download all of Netflix in 1 second? No, you can't. But researchers in Japan just broke the internet speed record. The new world record for data transmission is roughly 3.5 million times faster than you and your internet speed right here in the United States, which is now the new record, 1.02 petabits per second over 1,100 miles. That's right, all of Netflix in under a second. Archaeologists excavating the Gantaging, it's an archaeological site on the shore of Lake Fuxian in what is now northwestern China, have unearthed 35 wooden tools from layers of soil dating back around 300,000 years ago. The wooden tools show that whichever group of ancient hominids lived there knew which plants to harvest and which tools were best for the job. A couple of them were similar to ones found at a 171,000-year-old Neanderthal site in Italy. This is absolutely incredible. Astronomers have now detected a giant exoplanet between 3 and 10 times the size of Jupiter, hiding in the swirling disk of gas and dust surrounding a young star called MP Mus. That's MUS. The international team of astronomers, led by the University of Cambridge, detected a large gas giant in the star's proplanetary disk, that pancake-like cloud of gases, dust, and ice, where the process of planet formation begins. This is the first time that Gaia, the telescope and research, has detected an exoplanet within protoplanetary disks. This is absolutely insane. A federal judge in New York has allowed a lawsuit to move forward from two voiceover artists alleging their voices were stolen by an AI voice startup. The judge dismissed artists Paul Syke Lehman and Linnea Sage claims that their voices were subject to federal copyright, but claims from the artists of breach of contract and deceptive business practices, as well as separate copyright claims alleging that the voices were improperly used as part of the AI's training data, will, however, move forward. California-based Lovo Inc., the company involved, had asked for the case to be dismissed entirely. The judge's decision comes after a flood of cases from artists against artificial intelligence companies alleging misuse of their work to train AI models. Now, here's what's interesting about this case. Lehman, driving down the road, listening to a podcast, here's an AI chatbot being used during the podcast. And the voice for the AI chatbot was his. That's right. So he turned around and did what he had to do to file the class action suit. Absolutely incredible. I have been through the same thing. I'm not going to file any lawsuits, but I've heard my voice used in a variety of UFO-based reels and shorts that are out there. I just call it flattering. There you go. There's all the Fade to Black breaking news that you need for this. What is it? July 15th, 2025. Fade to Black breaking news is produced by Renee Neumann. I am Jimmy Church. I want to remind everybody that tonight on the show, we have Scott Walter back with us, and we're going to be talking about the secret Lewis and Clark vault. He was just up there investigating. We're going to get to the bottom of it. All of that and much more tonight on Fade to Black. But for now, all I've got is Go Back Lee Tappy.